Om Anityo Drishyeshu Vivicya Nityam Tasmin Samadhatre Ihasmalilaya Viveka Vairagyo Vishuddha Chittam Yosho Viveki Tamahang Namami. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. We salute Swami Vivekananda, who is discriminate personified, who separated the eternal from the non-eternal momentary objects of the universe, and whose heart was pure by the power of discrimination and renunciation, and who engaged his life into the play of the divine. We salute him again and again. Om, peace, peace, peace be unto us all. Now, today, we are focusing on Swami Vivekananda. Actually, what was Vivekananda? Vivekananda's, I selected a portion of his statement which says, I shall be a voice without form. As a part of his great declaration, what he said, that it may be that I shall cast this body off like an old worn-out garment, but I shall not cease to work. I shall inspire men everywhere until the world shall know that it is one with God. It is a part of that big statement, a great commitment. People commit for 5 months, 2 months, 6 months, 1 year. But here is Vivekananda is committing himself for the humanity until everyone gets freedom from the cycle of birth and death. What a message! What an inspiration to think about! What a dedication! Dedication of Buddha, the wisdom of Shankara. So it is a unique phenomena that there came a person like Swami Vivekananda who didn't think of anything limited, anything momentary, anything passing, but great, great hope and expectation and sacrifice. Not only here while living, he lived only 39 years, 6 months, but he is giving this promise that I shall inspire men everywhere until the whole world knows that it is one with God. I do not know, it's practical or but he does not feel what is practical or impractical. His heart is so broad. It wants, he sees the suffering of all and tries to give that freedom to all. Sister Nivedita talked about Swami Vivekananda, and she said that quote, what the world wants is character. Quote ends, he says, in a letter written at this time to a member of his class. And what is that? What he said, that is to Sister Nivedita, Swami Vivekananda wrote, the world is in need of those whose life is one burning love, selfless. The love will make every word tell like a thunderbolt. Awake, awake, great souls. The world is burning in misery. Can you sleep? These words even have its own inspiration. Swami Vivekananda does not say that he will make you what he wants, but he is only inspiring, and we have to grow. And that is his inspiration. Swami Vivekananda was a wonderful creation of Sri Ramakrishna. Swami Vivekananda once said, the Gora Rai, means Sri Ramakrishna, can do what is impossible, possible. And he said that one day I was resting in Calcutta in my own home. In the middle of the night, he put my soul, pulled my soul, and then brought me to Dakshineshwar. It's a mystic thing you can think, no? You are sleeping in Calcutta, and Ramakrishna went and took your soul out and brought it to Dakshineshwar. Physical body is there, but the soul has come. And then he said that he gave advice me whole night. And at the end, he put me back again. And he said, that is the power of Sri Ramakrishna. And he was also, Sri Ramakrishna was crying for redeeming the people. And he brought Swami Vivekananda for that purpose. He lived that life. Swami Vivekananda says, who is Ramakrishna? Now out of a handful of dust, Sri Ramakrishna can create thousands of Vivekananda. See, who is Sri Ramakrishna? And he said that that is Sri Ramakrishna. He could have created thousands of Vivekananda out of handful of dust. The power of Sri Ramakrishna. But he has made me now the mouthpiece. So he said that it is his selection. I am helpless here. And Sri Ramakrishna molded the life of Swami Vivekananda and made him his mouthpiece, or you can say his second figure. He entered himself into Swami Vivekananda, the same message, the same experience, the same realization, to give it to the whole world, to make it broadcast. Ramakrishna was frail in his body, he cannot move much. He did much in Calcutta. But what about the whole world? That's why he had to find somebody who will be able to do that job on his behalf. That's why we don't find any difference between Ramakrishna and Swami Vivekananda. They are the obverse and reverse of the same coin. Sri Ramakrishna molded, that's why, his life. He has questioning mind, doubtful mind, which is the mind of all of ours. Vivekananda represented our minds. Don't accept anything because book says so. Don't think that some sages have said some words in past thousands of years and that is true and we will have to accept that. No. You verify, you question, you understand and then accept and then live that life. So Swami Vivekananda was made by Ramakrishna. And actually Swami Vivekananda said in one place that Swami Vivekananda's Vani Murti we call. Murti means the form. Vivekananda was a form of flesh and bone? No. He was a form which is the embodied form of this message of Sri Ramakrishna. And Sri Ramakrishna is called the Veda Murti. He is the embodiment of the Vedic wisdom. All the wisdom, all the spiritual inspiration, all the spiritual realization the world have experienced through the centuries, thousands and thousands of years. It is Sri Ramakrishna lived that life, he became the embodied form of that. And Swami Vivekananda later on in his poem, when he said that to the Sira dedicated to Ramakrishna, he said, I sing thy glory. I do not know good or bad. I do not care what people praise or blame. But what you make me speak, I speak. You are the Mother Saraswati in my throat. You are sitting here. And what you are making me speak, I speak. This is Vivekananda. Ego, but that ego is the vast ego, the divine ego, which permeates the whole cosmos. And what is coming out of the throat, that's why it is so powerful. Any word you read of Swami Vivekananda, you cannot stop your excitement or energy flowing through it. Even after how many years passed, you read some passages, it will thrill, your heart will be really resonant with that vibration. So what a power. It It is no word, it is a power. That's why we always say Vivekananda is a power, it's a powerhouse. And that power is very contagious. It can transmit and it can really impact in the heart of people. And many people, that's why I have dedicated, in the whole world, how many people are inspired by Swami Vivekananda. It is countless. In different areas, much research can be done in whatever field of our modern science, art, literature, our society's norms, regulations, rules, even a meeting like that, practical things. It is Swami Vivekananda's impact, harmony of religion, these, that, everywhere it is going on. It is the message of Vivekananda. I shall inspire men everywhere until the world shall know that it is one with God. That oneness of the divinity, the message of Swami Vivekananda, Sri Ramakrishna, and in ancient wisdom has been given. So Swami Vivekananda himself said, I am not speaking. It is he speaking through me. I am helpless. That's why sometimes when he was in this country and when he was speaking day and night, naturally how many points you have? Every day if you speak, 2-3 lectures, and you cannot find in Swami Vivekananda nothing but originality in everyone. But how many original thoughts can be there? We find exhausted if we go in same day 2-3 places to lecture, unless there are different audience. Because different audience we can manage the same thing. But Swami Vivekananda's uniqueness is that even if he is talking, this morning one and afternoon, you see that it is something as if something in a new perspective of life, new ideas. So it is coming out of the experience of that eternal wisdom. Sri Ramakrishna lived the life of all that is in spiritual experiences of millions of people of thousands of years. And Rabindranath Tagore says, in the life of Ramakrishna, all the streams of spiritual experiences have mingled into the life of Sri Ramakrishna. It's beautiful. Tagore is a poet, but he has expressed in such a way that the spiritual practices of limitless sages and saints of the world have merged in a confluence in your meditation. You meditated there, and there you find all the streams, all the different paths led in your meditation. And as a result, your life has become a channel to the journey to the infinite. In infinite ways. Everyone does in one way. Buddha's way is one way. Christ's way is one way. But Ramakrishna's way is multifarious. You can find all of them plus something of your independent nature. And as Tagore says, in your life, a new place of pilgrimage has been created in your life. In the divine play of the infinite reality, Sri Ramakrishna's life took a new stand of pilgrimage in the world. His coming is for the whole world, not for few Calcutta people who will preach him perfectly. Who will preach him perfectly? Therefore, Swami Vivekananda was molded in the caste of Sri Ramakrishna. Rather, Swami Vivekananda, the embodiment embodied form of Ramakrishna. Ramakrishna's embodied form is Vivekananda. You can say two. There is no two, though it appears two, but it's exactly what Ramakrishna's philosophy, Ramakrishna's idea, Ramakrishna's spirituality, Ramakrishna's relentless love for humanity. So it poured through Vivekananda. So rather, Swami Vivekananda was molded in the caste of Sri Ramakrishna, we can say, or rather Swami Vivekananda became the embodied form of Sri Ramakrishna and his spiritual treasure. Sri Ramakrishna, actually, that's why after his end of his spiritual practice, he said, he has poured into me or injected into me what is called Mother Kali. And that Mother Kali, Swami Vivekananda said later, that Mother Kali is making me run mad from one corner of the world to the other. I have no rest. And this is really true when Swami Vivekananda is trying to get into samadhi, into the mood of meditation, no? Deep meditation. Even while he was in Thousand Island Park, he was under the oak tree when he went to samadhi, no? He wants that life. But something will happen. That is not his path. So you do the work of the mother. So Swami Vivekananda is forced to reject the bliss of samadhi, but to serve the humanity and bring the message of eternal freedom. And that's why Swami Ramakrishna scolded him. Do you think that God is there only when you close your eyes and in samadhi? Is it not when you open the eyes? Whom you see? Is it not the same divine? So that's the uniqueness of Swami Vivekananda's message, Sri Ramakrishna's message. That's why Vivekananda himself later on wrote in a poem that rejecting the Lord who is in every embodied form, where are you searching for God? Rather you love the humanity, love the individual being and serve them. And that will be your service to God, not in the temple. That's why Swamiji's call was more for serving the human personality. True men, women, for their uplift, for their natural development, and not the physical development, in level of development. Physical, mental, emotional, intellectual, and highest to the spiritual. Swami Vivekananda used to say that he used to go to the helpless, he was helpless. So in whatever level he finds suffering, he used to cry and weep. And if he cannot do anything, he used to cry and weep. So this is the point. Not to help anyone, but to serve anyone. So anyone suffering in the physical level, he was there. Serve the poor, serve the homeless, serve the underprivileged, serve the women, women's education, health. Sister Nivedita was brought all together forcefully to engage in India's women's liberation movement, or what we find today. So it is all round love for every strata of life and giving them the boosting to march on and on to the ultimate realization. So it is the transcendental realization of samadhi was to bring back into the immanent aspect. That was Swami Vivekananda's contribution. Not to be in samadhi, you can see that, but you also see God when you open the eyes. That was Ramakrishna's special contribution, and that is the inspiring message of Swami Vivekananda. That's why that's a famous quote, that keeping aside God in manifold forms. Why are you searching for God in the forest or in the temple? Serve God where there is suffering. Just stand by them. Give them love. Give them consolation. And that, of course, should come from experience of spiritual depth. Otherwise, it will be social work. So, Swami Vivekananda said once a beautiful word. He said, it is working? Yes. Okay. Swami Vivekananda said one time that I have fallen in love with humanity. It's a beautiful word. He has fallen in love with humanity, their suffering, their pain, their agonies, their miserable condition, their ignorance, where they forgot their own spiritual freedom. So that was Swami Vivekananda. And that was the message. That is why he gave his every drop of blood for the good of humanity, for the redemption of all. He died, as I have mentioned, at the age of 39 years. But he is inspiring men and women everywhere to regain that eternal freedom. Even today he is doing, not being in the body. All the inspiration. Who are we? What we are talking about today, through all the Vedanta lectures, or any lecture, or any practice, the Hare Krishna movement. Where was Hare Krishna movement would come in this country, unless Vivekananda opened the door for all. Where was Buddhism here? Swami Vivekananda preached of Buddhism more than Vedanta probably. You will find in lecture, he refers how much of Buddha. His universal personality for the whole of the world and try to inspire everyone. That's why his message was that I don't want to convert anyone, no? To proselytize anyone, but to be a Hindu, better Hindu, a Christian, better Christian, and a Jew, better Jew. No? What is the point? Point is to know the truth. And know the truth in your own path, but respect everyone. So that was the greatest contribution of Swami Vivekananda and Sri Ramakrishna in this modern age. What he preached during his lifetime, he promised to continue to do that same after his being out of body. And now he is doing, as I have said. He is inspiring people. Wherever you find the generous expression, love for others, you see that message. Of course, that message is everywhere, true. But to instigate that, when crisis comes, more we think of Vivekananda, because what he has given is understandable in our own little mind. So it is his promise. His promise is that I will continue like Buddha to be. As Buddha said, I will be born again and again. Swami Vivekananda said, I will be born again and again till the humanity gets into its spiritual freedom. That's why, see, the inspiration is the question. Not you give inspiration to people and then people will take care of their own path. And that was Sri Ramakrishna's work, Swami Vivekananda's work, to inspire men everywhere. And what is that inspiration? Swami Vivekananda wants to give to us all and to the posterity. I just said, very simple. He said, my ideal can be preached into a few words, in a few words. And that is to preach unto mankind their hidden divinity and how to manifest that divinity in every movement of life. What a big ideal given before us. He said, my ideal, what is the Vivekananda's ideal, can be preached. Yes, 9 volumes are available. And many are more to come. But what he said, my ideal can be preached in a very few words. In a nutshell, if you want to hear what is the message. Nutshell, what is that? It is to preach unto mankind. To mankind, he is not saying to one person of this country or that country, this religion or that religion. To preach unto mankind, what is that? Their hidden divinity. You are all divine. You are all pure. You are all stainless. Wake up. Stand up on your dignity. Don't pull you down to this limited body, mind, emotion. This weak points. This is a weakness. Stand up. That was the message. He said that it is to preach unto the mankind their hidden divinity. Divinity is here, but it is hidden. First to believe that you have. First to believe that you have a check in your pocket, $1 million, you are not a beggar. Unless you believe that, your hand will go always give me 1 penny, 1 penny, 1 penny. We are all beggars in the world. Why? Because we do not know what we have in our own treasure. That is the inspiration. Very powerful. It is not saying extraterrestrial God will give you boon and blessings. You just jump and pray and cry and howl. Trust here in you, the hidden divinity. The divinity is there, but it is hidden, it is obscured, it is covered due to your ignorance. You don't recognize that. You are searching that everywhere, but not within yourself. Swami Vivekananda's fiery message is that very simple. To preach this message. Why preaching? Preaching with the beating of the drum. Every one of you should do this. That is Swami Vivekananda's message. Weakness does not make one strong. Weakness makes weak. You think of weaker thought, I am nothing, nothing. Swami Vivekananda said, you will be nothing. You say, I am somebody, I can do something. See, energy comes, power comes, strength comes. So that is Swami Vivekananda's message. Not only power, not only little strength. Believe in your infinite potentiality. That you are divine, you are pure, you are full by you in yourself. You need not have to crave for anything in the outside world. You have it. Only assert. The first point is to believe. That's why Swamiji's wonderful message is, I shall inspire men. That is inspiration. If you once catch that point, then you will trust. And then you will believe, oh, I have it. And then you can search inside. And then you can touch that truth. And then you will find that you are a different personality. You are only embedded into the human frame of humanity, human body. But you are the potential. You are this potential strength and energy of the infinite reality. The outburst of joy will come. Outburst of selflessness will come. We are selfish every day. We cannot but be selfish because we think that we are all this limited, this one. I have my only $500 in my bank balance. If I give away, then what will remain for me? Naturally, I will have to hold it. But you have to understand, no, you are not. You are a billionaire. And first believe, and then search for it, and get a touch of it. Then you feel, wow, what I was doing so many years, this foolishness, this madness, this it does not befit me. Swami Vivekananda said, it does not befit you. You are more than that as you think of yourself. So that is the inspiration. Inspire men. And he says, the simple word, to preach unto mankind their hidden divinity. First believe that you have that treasure. And you can manifest that. No gods and angels, no extraterrestrial power can do that unless you believe in yourself. Swami Vivekananda said that the old religion is to say that he is an atheist who does not believe in God. But the new religion says he is an atheist who does not believe in himself or herself. Believing does not mean this is not ego, but it is real treasure of ours. We have never looked at that side. And he is inspiring us. And now, okay, this is the theory, I believe. Then what shall I do? Then I shall live as I was living. Now you try. Second point is very important. And how to manifest the divinity, this divinity, in every moment of my life. Don't behave like a beggar. Don't behave like a sinner. Don't think that you are born to cry and weep only. Think that you have come to give to the world. Give, you have infinite treasure. Thou, fire nahi chao, take jodi hridaye sambal. Swamiji's poems are so powerful. I forgot the English translation, I'll have to do it. Thou, give. Take jodi hridaye sambal. If you think that you have something to give in your heart. You will say, I have something? I have nothing, I am a poor guy. I am not a billionaire, I am not a millionaire, I have only one roof in my head. And I am an ordinary person, how can I give? Are Anantair tumi adhikari. You are the beholder of the infinity. Anantair tumi adhikari. Premo sindhu hriday vidyaman. You think you are so poor? No. In your heart, the ocean of love is hidden here. You never looked at that side. You didn't want to pay attention to that and try to manifest that. If you feel that much is there, what will you do? Give. And if you don't give, jeba fire chahe, those who look back to himself, this little petty eye, tar Sindhu, his ocean of love, boils down into a drop. You want to be a drop or you want to be an ocean? That is the inspiration of Swami Vivekananda. Thou, give. Don't be a beggar. You have come into the world, be a giver. Take the position of a giver in the world. But not giver with a pride of giving, but with all humility and humbleness, to know that you are born, because there is so much suffering. You see, just Nivedita said, there is so much suffering. Feel for them. Do. Give. Whatever you have. You have heart. You need not have money. Don't give money. Give sympathy. Give love. Give feeling. Give some sense of support. That is the call. Inspire. That is Swamiji's inspiration. No one has thought of human beings so deeply, and the points of their suffering and failures and frustrations so deeply, and no one has given such inspiration to trust on the inner divinity so strongly. And he wants the whole world to be awakened in that awareness. So it is very important that it is this inspiration that this should be practical. I am divine. Okay, I hear this word and behave like a mean person. Swamiji does not want that. If you understand that, behave like that. That's why he said that it is to preach unto mankind their hidden divinity and how to make it practical. Come to the practical point of your life. What will happen? What will happen to my relationship? Your relationship will be divine. Take the stand. Why you fight for petty things? Why you fight for your mini, very, very low, little things which you should ignore? You should pay attention to your divinity. If you are so big, will you care for this little thing which is bothering you in your relationship, in your day-to-day action? Will you manifest the potential purity or impurity, which is so vast and so much you are holding within yourself? And why are you hiding? Let it manifest. Let the glory of the Lord manifest through your every movement, every action, every thought, every statement. So this is called the practical Vedanta. Manifest it in your life. But keep the fundamental point. You give up the fundamental point, it has no ground. If you don't believe that you have something to give, how will you give? You will always think, I am a beggar, I cannot give anything. Rather I am to take. Beggar always puts his hand like that, give me, so that I will feel fulfilled. But opposite, I have so much, give. And that giving should be everyday struggle to manifest more and more and more in every aspect of life. Everyone can apply Vedanta in their life, and that will help them. We are talking in the breakfast time, our Harinamananda always speaks for practicality. So what it will help us? Yes, it will help us. In every aspect it will help us. A fisherman, he was talking about a fisherman. A fisherman, yes, if a fisherman knows that in me is the divine, in me is the infinite power, what will you do? He will manifest that. He will be a better fisherman. He will collect knowledge. He will go to people to know something with trust, self-confidence, dignity, and go not like a beggar and falling at the feet of others and saying, I am slave, give me some help. No. Swami Vivekananda came in this country. Could you believe the time he came in this country? What is the concept of India? What was the position of India? But what Swami Vivekananda said, he didn't beg here. Oh, we are poor country. Yes, we burn our women and burn into death. That's sati. And we really throw away our children into the crocodile's face. Yes, all the children are gone now. There is no one child in the India. He didn't say all these things. What he said? He talked about the dignity, divinity, the purity. And see, I can give you this. It is a human exchange. No one is lower, no one is higher. It is an exchange system. You give this, I give you. See, because of the dignity. Rabindranath Tagore in one place he said that we have to follow the path of Vivekananda in every aspect of life. Because Vivekananda came to any country, to anyone, with a begging bowl. He said, this is the thing, exchange. East and West should exchange. And both will be benefited. And a new civilization will grow up. So this is called the dignity. If you have the dignity and you have the self-esteem, your behavior will be different. And who has no self-esteem, no dignity for himself, his life is different. Swami Vivekananda talked about that. Swami Vivekananda, that's why is a practical Vedanta is the main thing what Swami Vivekananda emphasizes. And you may say, oh, how can I practice this higher Vedanta? And you read the practical Vedanta lectures, there you will find. He has said that if the kings used to follow this Vedanta, kings of our Indian past, they were the whole upholders of the spiritual treasure. And he said, Vivekananda said, if a king performing his kingly duties can use this practical use of this Vedanta, why not you? How much work you do? Your work is not more than that of a king's responsibility. So you can do it. Here is the positive attitude. He says, I cannot do that, I cannot do that. We will say, ha, because of this. No, Swamiji is uncompromising. You can do more. Your duty is not more than a king's duty, but you can do more. So here, everywhere, to just boost every personality for higher and higher and higher development. Swami Vivekananda in his inspired talks, he says, Brahman permeates the universe as butter permeates milk. So, meditation leads to the realization of Brahman in the soul. So he is adding something to go deep. That's why meditation question is coming. You cannot see, you look at the milk, you don't see the butter there. Liquid milk, do you see butter there? No. But butter is there, is it not? So it looks like milk, with little water maybe, or fluid something. But there is butter. And it permeates in every pore of the milk. So similarly, this Satchidananda Brahman, or the consciousness, it is permeated, the Brahman is permeated everywhere. But you have to get it, extract it by your meditative outlook, looking little deeper, looking little intimately into the object what you are watching. We see every human being as a human being, but watch little deeper. It's only consciousness, manifestation of the consciousness. So see the consciousness behind, not the physical thing only. So it is meditation is necessary, but everywhere it is God everywhere. So see, if one can believe this much, that God is like in the milk as the butter permeates, that's why it is called inspired talks. Inspired talks is making practical. You are walking whole day. Take this one line. See, your mind will be lifted in another level. See, as milk, as Brahman permeates the universe, as butter permeates the milk. Take one word. Everywhere is butter. Everywhere is God. Though it looks like milk. There is no sign of butter in the milk, but it is nothing but butter. But you have to have a meditative outlook. You have to have little concentrated look at the object. not as the matter, not that the material object as matter, but in this real sense. So, if it is done, then we can really feel something. At least you can feel this much. There is one conscious entity behind this material existence. Material existence. And without that conscious entity, nothing of your seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, anger, frustration, nothing can function. So, try to see that and try to believe that it is here. The whole life. Actually, everyone, look at everyone's life. We are always dedicating ourselves for some cause or other. Everyone is dedicating from morning and night. Everyone is getting up of the bed and doing this, doing that, and they go their way. Everyone says, I am exhausted, I am tired. No. So everyone is doing work. But at the work we do, minus this concept of this Vivekananda's inspired words, what do? We end in frustration at the end of the day, and we get exhausted, and we get reactionary, and we get fight with each other. But what's the benefit? But this is the benefit. If you take the inspiration and make it practical in your life, then you see whatever you have done today, you have served the butter in the milk. You don't see the butter, but you have done that service to God in the human frame, in human body. It is the consciousness, it is the bliss, it is the Satchidananda. So come back to Swami Vivekananda's idea that how to manifest it in every movement of life. It is our task. And if we take this message and do whatever you are doing, you can make it like meaningful, purposeful. So, Swami Vivekananda, I will just touch a few points. What is the major inspiration of Swami Vivekananda? First important point is that he says freedom. You are free. You are Azad. Azad is a, which language? It's a Persian language or it's a Arabic language. Azad. Free. You are free. How can you be free? Physically you are so handicapped. With little virus, everyone is pulled down to down to bed for 15 days. Are you infinite? No, not that way. But you are free in your mind. The body is subject because it is limited. It has got its flu. But your mind can be vast. And if you feel that you are only mind, the mind can be limited, but you are much beyond the mind. So freedom. And freedom from all types of slavery, freedom from all types of expectation. See, we suffer so much. That's why we should get the Swamiji's idea. You suffer. Why do you suffer? You suffer because you expect. Why do you expect? You can expect something. If it happens, but why you hold on to that expectation? Who is giving you pain? Don't blame anyone giving you pain. You are creating your pain by expecting. You expect and let go. Whatever happens, I accept. Then you are free. So we are creating our bondage. And try to think this way. Then freedom is yours. No one can make you suffer so long you don't succumb to that. So this is called freedom. Swamiji's major message is freedom. Freedom is the song of the soul. Everyone wants freedom. No? So from a king to the pauper, a highly intellectual person to the poorest person in the street, everyone wants freedom. An ant wants freedom. A plant wants freedom. You try to put it this side, it will move towards the light. You cut it today and you see how it moves. It's asking, I am free. You cannot stop me. I like light and I will move towards that. So that freedom is the song of the soul. But people are not knowing, only thinking the certain level of freedom in the physical level or emotional level or mental level. We think that that is our bondage. But we are bound everywhere until we go back to our divine self. And that is our ground of our very understanding. So, and we have to think. Don't think God will come, this holy man will do anything. They can inspire us. But you have to take the responsibility for your life. We are the makers of our own destiny. It is Vivekananda's word. Don't say, oh, karma, what can I do? My karma is like that. My fate is like... Who created your fate? Vivekananda says, you created your fate by your karma. You think I will not do that. Bas, gone. So, take the responsibility on your own shoulder. Be bold. I am divine. I can manifest my divinity. I forgot that and I thought that I am bound. I became bound. Let me have my own strength back. The strength, he talks about strength. Strength, strength, strength. Swami Vivekananda says that is the call of our heart. He says that have faith in yourself and faith in God. Next, first have faith in yourself. He is an atheist. The old religion said he is an atheist. Normally, what you say? Oh, he does not go to temple. He is an atheist. He does not believe in this. That is called the atheist. No? But Swami Vivekananda, he is not an atheist who does not believe in God. But he is an atheist who does not believe the infinite potentiality within. See, it's a new definition. So have faith, have trust. That does not mean arrogance. That should not mean ego. But that is the real humility. Real humility is that in me is divine. What I do, it does not befit me. I belong to this family. My parents are so great. All the people around me praise this whole family. I should not behave this. I belong to the family of the Lord, Lord of the universe. No? So, and that's why it is said, self-mastery. So no one should be given the responsibility. It's me. I will have to control myself. I will have to master myself. Self-trust, believe on the divinity, purity, strength, and the dignity. And practically to think of others more than thinking of ourselves. This me, my suffering, my cause, my... we always feel so much enamored into saying, you do not know how I am suffering. No one in the world suffers like me. You do not know. Everyone will say the same thing to each other. But if we see really, what is the use of talking that? There is so much suffering, much more suffering than... You can always compare, there are more suffering others are undergoing rather than we are enjoying. So, and help. Help means sat. So these are the few points I have made it. So, but you read Swami Vivekananda, you will find that it is so... Always you read better modern Vedas will be Swami Vivekananda to read. And you can really get the juice out of it. Thank you all.